Before we get started with the video today, guys, I want to let you viewers out there know that only a small fraction of you guys currently watching are actually subscribed to my channel, so make sure to smash that subscribe button for instant updates about videos that I release and other announcements, and also smash that like button to help my channel out. Enjoy the video. Yo, what is good, guys? It is Samool here, back with another Should You Pull Epic 7 video for you guys today. And today I'm going to be talking about the two banner units that are running currently, Roana and Tywin, and whether you guys should be pulling for them or not as a free-to-play player, and also if the artifacts that they are running with are worth buying from the Powder of Knowledge shop. Don't chase the artifacts on the banners, guys. It's never really worth it as a free-to-play player. It's mostly going to be a thing for whales and just people that spend a lot of money on the game, that just are looking to maximum break copies. And frankly, both of these artifacts aren't that great anyways, so you won't have to worry about it too much. So starting off, I'm going to start with Roana. She's an Earth Soul Weaver. If you don't know what she does, I'll go over her skills real quick for you guys. So her S3 is an AoE heal, which gives you revive buff, pretty nice. And her biggest skill is going to be her S2, so basically whenever you get attacked by an extra attack, counter attack, or dual attack, she's going to heal everyone by a very decent amount, and also CR push your allies. And her S1 is just the basic attack that will bury your one ally, not that big of a deal. You see people run her on counter set to make use of this, but mostly it's going to be her S2 and her S3 that are going to be her most important skills. So yeah, what is she used for? In PvP in the past, she was a very must pull unit because she was used to counter Seaside Bologna, who was very powerful back in the day. She's also good against Rem, who's very strong right now. So she's mostly going to be used against ice units that have like a counterattack mechanic for the most part. The thing is, nowadays you don't really need her as much for PvP. The thing is, there's a lot of other Earth units that can counter those units, such as Seaside Bologna and Rem, such as Violet, right? Very good, can deal with both of them very easily. You have Rimuru, who can one-shot both of them as well. There's just so many options, like SSB gets countered by General Purges, and LR Crow nowadays. Even Angel of Light can deal with her, and those units can deal with Rem as well. So Roana not as useful anymore in PvP, although she's a good option to have in PvP. If you're in a situation, especially in World Arena or RTA, where she's a very good pick, obviously you want to have her available. She's still a very good pick, although she does have some other options alongside her now. You don't really need her in arena defense anymore, whereas in the past she was a staple on pretty much every arena defense team to counter Seaside Bologna auto teams. But nowadays there's just so many answers, like I said, so you don't really see her in arena defense, although you can run her. She's not the best anymore. Nowadays the meta has changed to like Bellion, Angel of Light, stuff like that. So although she's not as great in PvP as she was before, she's actually very powerful in PvE. So in PvE, you actually need her to auto Hell Raid. So if you're tired of running Hell Raid every month and, you know, grinding through the bosses, Roana is a very good option. She's also going to be very strong in Abyss. There's going to be some floors that have a lot of counterattacks and dual attacks. And you can abuse her to basically just completely heal your team every turn and then CR push your team over and over. She's also very good in Ice Expedition. Although she's a Soul Weaver, she's actually a very good tank because of her CR push mechanic and her heals from extra attacks and dual attacks and counterattacks. She's a very good option for Episode 3 in Adventure. If you're struggling with the Episode 3 bosses, Roana makes pretty easy work of them. So she's a very solid option for PvE. For PvP, although she's still very strong, not very strong, I say she's pretty strong, not, you know, like OP or very strong or anything like that. She is outclassed by some other units nowadays, although she's still usable. So yeah, not as much of a must pull, I'd say, but if you do have bookmarks left over from the collab, recent collab in the limited units, I'd say pull for her. Especially as a new player, she's a very good option for, you know, early game PvP and even PvE as well. But you don't have to break your back pulling for her. I'm gonna be honest, I pulled her as a new player a long time ago because everyone said she was broken, and I actually didn't build her for like quite a long time because I didn't really need a use for her or see a use for her right away in the immediate future. But the thing is, like, later on I started realizing once you start getting things like Hell Raid on farm and Expedition on farm, she's actually a good pickup. So more so for new players, instead of new players wanting to pull her, I'd say you want to be like a mid-game, late-game player to actually want to pull her. If you're a new player, honestly, like a beginner, you can actually skip her. You're not going to use her for a long time. By the time you can actually make use of her, you can probably, you know, wait for her next banner. So yeah, very strong unit for mid-game and late-game players, I'd say, or strong, I'd say. but not that great for early game players. So if you're an early game player, look to skip this. If you're a mid game, late game player, you don't have her, try to pick her up if you have those extra bookmarks. Now looking at Touch of Rekos, so this artifact's not that bad. The only thing is there's so many good Soul Weaver artifacts, right? You have like Rod, Magarahas, right? There's just so many options. This artifact's okay on some units. You can run her on some niche units. It's actually good on Roana as well. Makes her very, very strong against Rem and SSB. The thing is, it can only activate once per turn, and usually you're going to run Roana very slow on a counter build, so it's not that great. Actually, her best artifact is probably Celestine on a counter set, so I don't think it's worth buying. Although it is okay, not really worth that 240 powder. So next, we're going to talk about Tywin. So Tywin's really easy. Let me go over his skills real quick. His S3 is an AoE defense break 100%. His S2 is going to be a CR push that gives you attack and crit chance buff. And his S1 is just a dispel. You don't really use this ever. So you're probably thinking, wow, he's really good in cleave, right? You can soul burn his S3 to get an extra turn after defense breaking, and you can push up someone and give them attack and crit chance. Well, that is true. The only thing is, he is literally a worse version of Flan. And what I mean by that is, if you don't know what Flan does, I'm going to look at her skills for you real quick, and you can see what I mean. So everyone has been saying this ever since Flan got changed a bit, and saying that Tywin is just the worst version of her. And the reason is, so Flan's S3 is not an attack, okay? So it doesn't actually get affected by evasion, so you'll be able to defense break even if it evades, and you'll see the CR push, not CR push, the CR knockback is going to be 15%, which Tywin doesn't have. Now you can also soul burn this for an extra turn, and the thing is, it's the same thing, but instead of crit chance, it's crit damage, and the CR push is higher. So even better, crit damage will make you do more damage, obviously, than crit chance. And usually you're going to want to, you know, look for crit damage from the S2 rather than the crit chance, because for crit chance, you're going to want to be at 100% anyways, especially if you're using that cleave unit in like RT or World Arena. You can't guarantee that you're going to be able to use Flan. So yeah, also her S3, it does cost 20 souls, but she can hold her own artifacts, which will give her souls. So she can actually essentially bring herself like a book, kind of. Not really as good as a Toghel's book, but pretty similar. So Flan is just a better Tywin. So there's not really a reason to ever pull for Tywin. I mean, I guess if you don't have Flan and you have Tywin, you can use him. But in that situation, I wouldn't even invest anything into him. Don't even awaken him. Don't even, you know, mola him or anything. Just use him until you get Flan. Because this unit is just clearly outclassed by another unit that is not even limited, and it's literally the same element, so not really worth. His artifact, very, very unique in that it will remove souls when you get attacked by an AoE attack, but not that great as well. There's a lot of good knight artifacts in the game already, right? You have like Aureus, Adamant Shield, I think there's more that are good. There's Holy Sacrifice, right? Justice for All, right? So there's so many good options that Crown of Glory is not that great. I wouldn't buy that either. So yeah, Tywin, easy skip. Crown of Glory, also easy skip. Roana, I think you want to pull her if you're a mid-game, late-game player. Early-game players, you can skip her as well. And then Touch of Rekos, not that great. Don't bother buying this either. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Roana and Tywin, guys, and their artifacts. I hope this video helped you out in deciding whether you guys want to pull for them or not. And as always, if it did help you out, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And if it didn't help you out, and you want to help my channel out, make sure you do it anyways for that YouTube algorithm. And I'll see you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Peace.